Hey everyone, welcome back to Body Bags. We are on another theme week again. This theme week is called "In the End, Only Men." Otherwise, like Final Guy. Basic premises. We're taking movies where instead of the quote unquote final girl, we have a final guy. So I had a really hard time picking something for this because a lot of the other ones have been done or are being done this week, so I decided to go with Pet Sematary Bloodlines. Um, Essentially, this is a prequel to the Pet Sematary remake. So that wasn't a very good movie, and this is what it is, right? Um, the basic idea is it takes the plot of that story that's told in the original Pet Cemetery and in the remake about the guy whose son, he brings his son back to life after he gets killed in the war, and it's just literally like a few little lines, but it's a really kind of interesting like idea for a story, and this runs with it into a movie. Does this do it justice? Let's find out. No, it doesn't. There you go. This takes it too far. You know, the idea from the original story, just of like this is a really intriguing idea. The idea of this father that brings back his like kid and everything. But this pushes it further. It pushes it all into like some town-wide conspiracy about the pet cemetery, and like all this stuff. Essentially what happens, the basic plot is you got Judd Crandall from the original movie and from the remake, and his girlfriend slash who eventually becomes his wife. They're gonna leave town. They're gonna join like the Peace Corps or something, and they're gonna go save the world or whatever. Essentially, the draft is happening because it's set during when Vietnam was going on, and he never gets drafted. And like he's looking every time the draft notice comes up, but he's never getting drafted. Um, that plays into the whole conspiracy thing. There's a reason he's not getting drafted. But he wants to do his part, so he's going to go join the Peace Corps. In the meantime, what's the guy's name? Does it say? Blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the other guy's name, but he's played by David Duchovny. Really good part, actually, and one of the highlights of this movie, really, because David Duchovny's a great actor, and he does a really good job in this. Essentially, he's brought his dog back to life, and because it worked, he's brought his son back to life who's got killed in Vietnam. He's just telling everyone, oh, like my son's back from Vietnam. And everyone's kind of going along with it. Obviously, the dog is like rabid. The guy is rabid because, that's just what happens. Oh, excuse me. While they're going to be leaving town, Judd Crandall and his girlfriend, the dog actually bites her, rips up her arm very seriously, so she has to go to the hospital. So next thing you know, they can't leave town. So he's trying to figure out what's going on. Stuff is going on with the dead guy that's been brought back. And that's pretty much it. It follows the thing, they're gonna deal with it. Let's just say that. Once his girlfriend hits the hospital, it's pretty much the Judd Crandall show for the rest of the movie. She comes back at like at the end, but it's barely there. So this is by all counts, a final guy movie. So that is what I'm going for synopsis. I'm not going to go any more into it. This movie does some stuff well, and it does some stuff badly. I'll go over that now, because here's the thing. Is this a bad movie? No. Is it a good movie? It can be argued. Is it a good Pet Sematary movie? No. The thing with this, like the remake, doesn't get what makes Pet Sematary scary. What's made Pet Sematary scary isn't, the, zombie people coming back. It's not like the zombie pets or whatever. No, what makes Pet Sematary scary is, I've said this before, it's the idea, what if? What if this time's different? And the thing is, we know from the first movie that it's never going to be different. They always come back wrong. This shows kind of where that started, but I mean, the thing is, these people know and they still do it. I'll leave it at that. Overall, though, it's a good horror movie, not a good Pet Sematary movie. So take that for what you will. Let's put it this way: if you can find this, I got this for I think $8.99. If you can find this under $15, get it. You're not going to be disappointed. It's actually an enjoyable movie. Now, like I said, let's put it this way: if you enjoyed the Pet Sematary remake, you will enjoy this. If you're like me and you had a lot of issues with the Pet Sematary remake, you're gonna have those same issues here. But it is what it is. Let's put it this way: I don't mind that this is in my collection, especially for what I paid for it, and take that for what you will. Again, David Duchovny. The acting in this movie all around, though, is very solid. They got a good group of actors to play the roles. I'll say this is technically a good film. You got good acting, you got good cinematography, you got, a decent script and everything, but it suffers from TCM syndrome. I've talked about it before, Texas Chainsaw Massacre syndrome, where you can take something that would be a fine standalone piece, but you make it a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, you automatically crank up the expectation, and as a result, it can't live up to the hype. That's what happens here. But all in all, it's all right. So I'll leave it at that. For a rating, I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give this 7.5 out of 10. It's not bad. I don't regret owning it. But was this the way they should have gone with the Pet Sematary idea? Not necessarily. But that's just me, right? So yeah, there you go. Pet Sematary Bloodlines, 7.5 out of 5. 7.5 out of 5. That's some good English. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. It's okay. Just don't pay too much and you'll be fine. But yeah, that's it for me. See you next time.